Hi, I'm Ashlee, and today we're making one of my very favorites, and that is homemade tater tots. Homemade tater tots are super simple to make, and one of the bonuses of making them yourself is you can fill them with all sorts of goodness. Like these are filled with bacon and cheddar. Bacon and cheddar tater tots are amazing, and they're definitely one of my favorites. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun recipes that we have coming up, and let's get started. First thing we need to do is pick our potatoes. Now, I have found that russets work the best, and you want 2 pounds, which in this case is 2 ginormous russet potatoes. Now we need to prepare the potatoes. We need to pre-cook them. If you just grated potatoes just like this and used them in your tater tots, they would actually burn on the outside of the tater tots and still be raw, crunchy potatoes on the middle. So by pre-cooking them, they don't need to fry as long, and you will have more successful tater tots. So you can do this 2 ways. My preferred way is to use the oven. Just take some foil, wrap up your potato, and stick it in the oven at 375 or 400 degrees for about an hour. You want to be able to stick a fork into it but still meet a little resistance. That would be perfect. The other thing you can do is peel the potato, put it in some boiling water, and boil it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Again, you want to be able to stick a fork or knife into it, but you don't want it to just fall apart. You want there to still be a little bit of resistance. Then what you want to do, which either way that you cook it, is to let the potatoes cool completely. While the potatoes are cooking, I'm also going to cook the bacon. That way the bacon also has time to cool down and be chopped up and mixed in with our tater tot mixture. So I prefer a thick cut bacon, and I'm only going to use 4 slices. You can add to this if you want, but I will warn you, you don't want to add too much into the tater tot mixture. Those potatoes that really hold it together need to be the binding force, and too much mix-ins are going to cause some problems and going to cause your tater tots to fall apart. You can cook your bacon however you want, microwave, in the oven. Personally, I prefer to use seasoned skillets. I feel like I get the best results and best flavor for that. Our potatoes are cooled and I have peeled them. Now I just use a sharp knife, but whatever it takes for you to get the skin off, just do it that way. And then I have my grater. I'm gonna put this thing together. And I'm gonna quickly grate all the potatoes. Now, if all you're making is regular hash browns, you can just stop here and you can add the flour and some salt and pepper and mix it up and you're good to go. But we are not stopping here. I'm gonna add the cooked bacon that I have chopped up, and I'm gonna grate some cheese into it because, you know, bacon and cheese. What more could you ask for? And now we just want to stir everything together, get everything nicely coated with that flour, salt, and pepper, and get that cheese and bacon nice and evenly dispersed. And now it's time to shape our tater tots. Now I'm gonna use this medium-sized cookie scoop so I can make sure they're all about the same size. So take your scoop, kind of gather up a nice little handful, kind of press it into place, make sure it's held together, and then pop it out in your hand. Now, you can just leave them this shape and fry them. In fact, if I was just making this for myself, that's totally what I would do because it's gonna be way easier. But if you want a classic tater tot shape, take that in your hand, that scoop in your hand, kind of use one hand to create that cylinder shape and use the other hand to kind of flatten the 2 ends. Now, I don't have the patience for the itty bitty teeny tiny tater tots, especially when you're shaping them by hand. So mine are fairly big, but you can use any scoop ties to pull these out. You can use a mold, you can use anything that you want to get these into this shape. You just want them to hold together. Now, don't press too hard or you'll actually crush it because it's not held together by that much, which is the effect that we want, so that when we bite into it, we get all that texture. So you don't press it too hard together, just enough that it holds its shape. Once you've finished shaping your tater tots, just throw them in the freezer for about 15 minutes. That will just kind of help them hold their shape a lot better. I just pulled these out of the freezer, and the first thing I'm gonna do is take some flour, or you can also use a half flour, half cornstarch mixture. And we wanna give our tater tots a little bit of a coating. So after I do a little sprinkling, I'm gonna rotate them around and do it again. I just want every side to kind of have a light coating of flour. What that's gonna do is kind of help it not be as extreme as breading, but it will help give us a nice crisp outside edge to our tater tots. We don't want this to be super heavy, so shake off any excess. We just kind of want it to be a light coating. All right, and now we are ready for frying. So I have my fryer set at between 360 and 375. And you don't want to overcrowd these, so we're just gonna do about 8 at a time. So I'm gonna throw 8 into one basket and then dunk it. You can also do this on the stovetop. Just use some kind of thermometer to keep an eye on the oil heat. After about 3.5 to 4 minutes, they'll be done. Just pull them out when you're happy with the color, but watch them carefully. Once they start to creep up on that perfect stage, they go to burnt really fast. And we're all done. Just as simple as I said they were, right? Grate a few potatoes, add some flour and some other goodness, fry them up, easy peasy. All right, so let's try these out. I'm gonna open this one up so you can see, look at that glistening, shiny cheese inside there. So good. It's got that great crunch on the outside and the inside is just soft and just, favorite right here. So if you are a tater tot fan, let me know in the comments what you would fill your homemade tots with. Bacon and cheddar like me, or do you have some other fantastic combinations that I need to try? Thanks for watching.